Millions of pensioners will face higher energy bills from October. And this comes after Labour's decision to scrap universal winter fuel payments this year.
However, while pensioners face an increase of about 15%, everyone else is going to see their energy bills fall under the price cap. So, joining us now to discuss this is pension expert, the Langcat, Tom McPhail. Tom, thank you very much for joining us. Just how many pensioners are going to be impacted by this then?
This is going to... The government's plans are that it will affect millions of pensioners. So the vast majority of pensioners currently receive the winter fuel payment. If they cut it back so that only those claiming pension credit are eligible, it will drop, I think, from around 10 million to around 2 million pensioners. So very substantial drop in the number of people who get the government help on their fuel payments. And in addition, there are worries that many people who should be eligible for these payments won't get them because they are eligible for the pension credit, which is the determining mark for this, and a lot of people who are eligible don't claim the pension credit. So the government's going to deny many people who should be getting the winter fuel payment, even by their own new standards, that payment.
Just to clarify then, really, I mean, arguably, these are the people who are most in need, aren't they, of the winter fuel help? I mean, they aren't still at work. They can't go out and maybe take up a second job or try to get that pay rise from their boss or something along those lines. These are the people that really need it. Does it not seem slightly bizarre that Labour would go after that demographic?
I think a lot of people are going to be worried about this. We know that so they've said if you get the pension credit, you'll be eligible for the winter fuel payments. And they say that means, you know, if you get pension credit, you're close to poverty in retirement, and so you deserve the extra help the government's giving. But as we've already discussed, a lot of people who should be getting pension credit don't get it. And in addition, over half of pensioners are reliant on the state pension for at least half of their retirement income. So even if you don't get the pension credit, it doesn't mean you're wealthy in retirement. A lot of pensioners, I mean, some pensioners have done very well in life, but many haven't. And I think the worry is that putting the bar at such a high level, you know, just the pension credits marker means that many pensioners who are not wealthy will still struggle in retirement.
Yeah, because, Tom, there is this narrative that's been growing that all pensioners are living it up. They've got their mansions, they've benefited from the increased prices on their assets, and, you know, they're living pretty. They're living pretty. But that's not the case, is it, Tom? Yes, there are some people who have big houses, mortgage-free, but a lot of people are struggling.
So, and this is the problem, there is a grain of truth in that argument, and the triple lock has done a great deal of good in improving pensioners' standard of living over the last 10 years. So that's good. So pensioners are better off today than they were on average 10 or 15 years ago. Doesn't mean they're wealthy, though, and whilst there is a minority of pensioners who have done well in life, many haven't. And I think particularly older women who very often end up outliving their partner. So think about women living on their own in their 80s. Very often they are very far from wealthy, and they are very much dependent on state support to keep them safe in later life. And I think there's a worry that pension credit isn't being paid out to people who should get it, and so this measure is just going to make the situation worse for millions of pensioners.